Hey, yeah, I've got a Ulac Street Fighter bike lock here, and this combination has been set to a combination I don't know already. And the triangles are here to set the numbers, but I find it easier to hold it around this way. And firstly, I want to see if I can decode this quickly and then show you how afterwards. Okay, so it's that quick. 8033 was the combination on this particular bike lock that was set for me. It's all, I decoded it almost as fast as dialing in the numbers. And how did I do it? The trick is, if I just move these on some numbers so that so it's not the right combination, so it doesn't open. You can see this first number. If I pull to the left, that gap here closes, and we're looking at the left hand side. When you hold the numbers up around the right way like this, you can see the left hand side, it closes here, and on other numbers it wiggles a little bit, but it doesn't close as much, does it? Doesn't close as much. But on 1, it closes a lot. On 0, no. 9, no, just a little bit. And in fact, so I could try each number on this wheel and find which one closes the most and figure out it's this number, and I'm holding it where 1 is here, but the actual triangle, the number's 8. So, and furthermore, instead of just testing every number, turn and then pull, turn and pull, I could I could have just pulled this way as I'm turning. So it doesn't look as though I'm pulling, but I'm pulling. I'm holding here and here, and I'm pulling. And I'm looking at that gap to see which number where it goes in. Okay, and you can see there it's gone in. So I just kept turning until it went in. And in fact, if I turn it back and forth, you can see it go in and out, in and out. If I hold that closer to the camera, maybe you might be able to see it better. So it's out, in, out. So I just kept on turning it like this until I saw it went in and then out, and then I knew that this was the right number, and I could test it by pulling it. This is the number on this wheel where I can pull it left the most. Other numbers you could pull it a little bit, some numbers even a little bit further, but this one I can pull it left the most. Okay, so that's how I knew this was the number. Then I moved to the next wheel, and I want to pull, still hold here and hold here, and I want to pull this one, hold this wheel and pull it this way. All right, so I'm pulling here, and it moves a little bit, but I want to know the number where it pulled left the most, and that's what I did when I eventually turned it to which number was it? Was it 4? So I can test that by sort of goes in and out. Is that right? Yeah, so it's what I'm doing is I'm confirming it that this is the right number by pulling this wheel, and I'm seeing this gap close and this gap open. Okay, and it does that the most on this number, but other numbers it only does it a little bit, right? But to find that number, I went all the way around. You can see when I pull, it starts to close, but it doesn't close right up until I get to the number, the correct number, where it pulls quite a lot. That's how I knew the number for the second, this second wheel from this side. Even though the lock will open from this side with the numbers around this way, I'm picking on this side, and that's important to remember. I have to pick on this wheel first, then this wheel, and then the second wheel I figured out that it was this number, and see how much that pulls, right? That gap closes, this gap opens. But that to confirm it, but to find it, you saw me going all the way around, looking to see that gap, see if it closes, and then it closed a little bit. And if I pull, I can see it closed and open, close, open, close, and so I knew that this was the right number. I sort of have to have, my fingers have to be a little bit strong to be able to pull it this much, right? If you don't have good grip, you might want to wear gloves. But this method, the sideways method, because I'm pulling to the side, it's called the sideways method. It is a lot easier than the indirect method, which I show a lot in my other videos, where you have to be some bodybuilder type person to pull both sides so hard to get any feedback. This one you don't. You can just hold here and here, right? And you should be able to do it. You might have to go around testing the numbers a few times before you see. And if you can't turn it and watch for the in and out, just try every single number. Like you try this number, and oh yeah, that pulls to the left this much. Try to the next number, it pulls to the left this much. Try this number, and yep, that pulls right to the edge. It seems the best number on this wheel, and you go right through, and you go right through again to confirm, and yep, you're happy with this one, right? This one, note, will only work and pull all those three wheels to the left if this one is correct and this one is correct. This one will only pull to the left, both wheels to the left, if the first one's correct. So it's important to get the first one correct. If you don't get the first one correct, if you think you've got it correct but you're not sure, and you move to this wheel and you're finding that you can't pull to the left on any of them, it means that maybe the first wheel isn't right, and you have to choose a better one where it means you can, when you get the second wheel on the right number, it can pull both wheels to the left. Okay, and same with the third number. If these two are correct, there should be a number where you can pull all three to the left. And once you've done all three, you could just turn and pull to the left, testing each number here, or you could just pull both ends, not even hard, and just turn to every single number until it pops open. And that's exactly what I did at the beginning of the video, and you saw me decoding it, as I said, just about as quick as dialing in the number if I knew the number. So it's a pretty quick method, and you don't have to be that strong. You have to have a little bit of finger strength, but it does work and it's quite quick. Cheers.